Picture this: a young artist with raw energy, unrelenting charisma, and a promise to give a voice to the outcasts. For a while, it seemed like Yungblud was unstoppable, a beacon of rebellion in an industry full of cookie-cutter pop stars. But lately, fans are asking, what happened? The controversies, the criticisms, and even whispers of selling out. Where did it all go wrong? What's up, Insomniacs? Jake from Sleepless Records here. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the tragic downfall of Yungblud. Before we jump into the video, hit that subscribe button and join the Sleepless Society today. And now, without further ado, let's jump into the video. It wasn't just the music that captured fans' hearts, it was Yungblud himself. With his flamboyant style, colorful outfits, and high-energy performances, he embodied a punk rock aesthetic reimagined for the 21st century. His fan base, affectionately called the Black Hearts Club, felt like a genuine community, a safe space for misfits. Yungblud's collaborations only bolstered his popularity. Working with artists like Halsey and Machine Gun Kelly put him on a global stage, introducing him to new audiences and cementing his status as an artist to watch. After the success of his debut, Yungblud released Weird in 2020, an album that showcased a more polished and pop-forward sound. Critics and fans alike noticed a shift. While songs like Mars retained emotional depth, others felt sanitized and formulaic. Some accused Yungblud of abandoning his raw, rebellious edge in favor of mainstream appeal. For many, this was the beginning of the so-called sellout narrative. Was he adapting to grow his audience, or was he compromising his authenticity? It's a question that continues to haunt his career. As Yungblud's fame grew, so did the scrutiny. Several social media incidents raised eyebrows. Critics accused him of performative activism, using social justice causes as marketing tools rather than engaging in meaningful action. For example, while he frequently spoke out about LGBTQ+ rights and mental health, some felt his actions didn't always align with his words. One particularly controversial moment came in 2021, when Yungblud was accused of being dismissive toward a fan who called out inconsistencies in his activism. The interaction went viral, with fans debating whether he was truly the ally he claimed to be. Another issue was overexposure. Yungblud seemed to be everywhere, on talk shows, social media, and even in brand collaborations. While visibility can be a good thing, it led to burnout for some fans who felt he was more focused on self-promotion than the art itself. The line between genuine connection and commercial strategy started to blur. One of the most significant criticisms Yungblud faces today is that he sold out. The artist who once railed against capitalism and conformity now appears to have embraced the very system he once opposed. Critics point to his partnerships with major brands and his increasingly polished image as evidence. For example, some fans took issue with Yungblud's collaborations with large corporations, arguing that they undermined his anti-establishment ethos. While partnering with brands isn't inherently bad, it raised questions about whether he was still the voice of the outcasts, or just another pop star playing the part. There's also a growing sentiment that Yungblud is more of a product than a person. From his carefully curated aesthetic to his ubiquitous presence in the media, some believe he's become a manufactured symbol of rebellion rather than an authentic one. This narrative has been fueled by comparisons to artists like Billie Eilish, whose rise to fame has also sparked debates about authenticity in the modern music industry. For many original fans, Yungblud's appeal was his authenticity and willingness to speak uncomfortable truths. But as his music and image became more commercialized, some felt alienated. The rawness that defined 21st century liability seemed to be missing, replaced by glossy production and predictable hooks. Fan forums and social media are full of mixed reactions. Some still fiercely defend him, arguing that he's evolving as an artist. Others feel betrayed, citing his recent work as evidence that he's lost touch with the community he once championed. It's worth noting that much of this backlash stems from the immense pressure placed on Yungblud. As a self-proclaimed voice for the marginalized, he carries the weight of his fans' expectations, but no artist can be everything to everyone. The question is, has Yungblud stretched himself too thin, trying to please too many people at once? Yungblud's sonic journey is as fascinating as it is polarizing. Early in his career, songs like I Love You, Will You Marry Me and Polygraph Eyes cemented his reputation as a gritty storyteller, unafraid to delve into societal taboos and raw human experiences. However, as his career progressed, his sound evolved, leaning more toward polished, radio-friendly tracks like Cotton Candy and Parents. While this evolution opened the door to a broader audience, it also sparked heated debates about whether Yungblud had lost the raw edge that initially set him apart. Another notable aspect of Yungblud's evolution is the shift in thematic focus. Early songs like Polygraph Eyes and Kill Somebody felt like outcries, dark, raw explorations of societal issues and personal struggles. In contrast, tracks like Cotton Candy and Parents adopt a more celebratory tone, focusing on empowerment, self-expression, and inclusivity. This thematic shift isn't necessarily a bad thing. In fact, it's a natural progression for an artist who's matured and experienced global success. However, it does highlight the tension between Yungblud's role as a voice for the disenfranchised and his desire to create music that appeals to a broader audience. Yungblud's early work thrived on unpredictability. Songs would veer from punk rock chaos to introspective acoustic ballads, often within the same album. This genre fluidity remains a core part of his identity, but his later tracks show a clear move toward pop conventions. Producers like Zach Cervini and Chris Grady, who have worked with artists such as Halsey and Machine Gun Kelly, played a significant role in shaping this evolution. Their influence is evident in the slicker production, layered vocals, and hook-heavy choruses that dominate Yungblud's newer material. Ultimately, Yungblud's evolving sound reflects the balancing act many artists face, staying true to their roots while reaching new audiences. Tracks like Cotton Candy and Parents demonstrate his ability to craft infectious, feel-good anthems, but they also highlight the risk of alienating fans who fell in love with the raw, uncompromising energy of his earlier work. This evolution raises an important question. Can Yungblud maintain his identity as a rebellious outsider while embracing the mainstream? Or has his music become a victim of its own success? For now, the jury is still out, but one thing is clear. His sound, much like his career, is constantly evolving. Whether that's a strength or a weakness is up to the fans to decide. Despite the controversies, Yungblud remains a talented and passionate artist. Many believe he has the potential to stage a comeback if he can reconnect with his roots. A return to the raw, unfiltered style that made him famous could reignite the spark that first drew fans to him. However, if Yungblud continues on his current trajectory, he risks further alienating his core fan base. The music industry is unforgiving, and public perception can shift rapidly. If he's unable to adapt, or at least address the criticisms, his downfall could become permanent. Ultimately, the question remains, is Yungblud a sellout? Or is he just an artist navigating the complexities of fame and success? It's a nuanced issue, and the answer likely depends on who you ask. For some, he'll always be a beacon of rebellion. For others, he's already lost what made him special. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more deep dives. See you next time. Good night.